हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंस प्रचोदयात्। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः त्रैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ओम्।
हरो गंगाधर ब्रह्मलिंगेश्वरा
हरो गंगाधरा
I know from the calls and responses we have been getting when we shared our flyer that many of you are excited and getting prepared for the grand night of worship of Bhagwan Shiva tomorrow. It's of course a time of great energy which we must allow to be a truly empowering experience for all of us. So how we approach and receive Mahashivratri is therefore very important, and we have been sharing some ideas about this, and we'll continue doing the same. So we look forward to having those of you who will be coming in person here in the Mandir, as well as those of you who will be joining us virtually tomorrow night, because we'll do a couple hours of live stream according to our technicians, and I'll share some more details towards the end of Satsang. Please remember to share our links. If you have not done so as yet, invite all your friends and family to join us in Satsang right now. Now, every week, in some of our mantras, actually many of our mantras that we use on Sunday mornings, especially towards the end of Satsang, we pray for ourselves only, right? We don't pray for ourselves only, never. We pray for our entire world, and we continuously pray for everyone and everything. In our Prachaar, in our Kathas, we share and we explore ideas about Dharmic living, about noble action and transforming our lives and our world for the better. And these days, with all that's unfolding across our world and right here in our nation, we need this more than ever. We need prayer, we need peace, we need healing, we need humanity, to be kind to humanity. And we spent the last two satsangs talking about what? What's our special four-letter word that we've been looking at the last couple weeks? Love. Okay, we spent a lot of time. Or our four-letter word in Hindi, we can say prem. You can learn a word prem, P-R-E-M, prem, love. So many different words for love. So we spent the last 2 weeks talking about this most wonderful of emotions. But over the last few days, we are seeing, we are witnessing how discord, how selfishness, how greed and tyranny are ruining our world. Okay? And if a global health pandemic isn't enough, this is even more burdensome on all of us emotionally. And many of us, we want to do something. But what can we do? We also feel sort of helpless. But what do? We continue to pray. We continue to send through our prayers, through our chanting, through our worship, the most positive and uplifting vibrations that we can. So I ask you this morning, when we are chanting for our bhajan, well actually not bhajans too much this morning, because I thought we'd make a very easy sing-along session. So you'll get a couple of the kirtans. They're coming up on screen when we are ready. So please, I ask everyone, all of us, through our collective worship and collective singing, let us engage ourselves. You know, wherever you are, let our singing be a vibrant, powerful prayer for our troubled world this morning. So we focus on this, and all the kirtans that we are sharing, everything is focused on Bhagwan Shiva's glory and compassion as we surrender and we pray repeatedly for the destruction of all that is wicked and terrible. So in this very first kirtan, we are praising Bhagwan. Those of you who are here, page 84, kirtan number 23. The kirtan will come up on screen for those of you viewing from home, joining us from home. So while we chant and sing to all oppressed and helpless peoples, let us just continue to send our prayers and our wonderful vibrations. So in this kirtan, the devotee, that's all of us, huh? We are all, what is our condition? We are immersed in Shankara. And the mind is captivated in the awe of Bhagwan Shiva's presence, that presence which sustains everything. So in this chant, we are in a state of total surrender as we praise the one who has the moon as a crown. Who wears a crown? With Krishna saying Miss Universe, yeah. King, the queen, princess, the royalty will wear the crown. All our Devis and Devatas, they wear crowns. So Bhagwan Shiva in this, we'll hear the word Shiva Raja coming again and again. So we praise that one whose special kingdom is Mount Kailash, and by extension, the entire world. And we praise you, O Bhagwan. You are so charming with the Pinaka Vaibhava, the bow. You are the cosmic dancer, and your Damadu, it creates the most beautiful and energizing sounds. Let us join together, keep the bhav, keep the mood of energy and the prayer going as we join with Krishna Ji, He Indu Shekhara Raja. He Indu Shekhara Raja.
He Indu Shekhara Raja
Shivaraj, He Indu Shekhara Raja, Shivaraja Shankara.
He Indu Shekhara Raja, Shivaraja Shankara.
He Indu Shekhara Raja Shivaraja Shankara.
He Indu Shekhara Raja, Shivaraja Shankara.
Shivaraja Shankara.
Shivaraja Shankara.
Hara Hara Shiva Shiva Pinaka Vaibhava Shambho Shankara.
Hara Hara Shiva Shiva Pinaka Vaibhava Shambho Shankara.
Shiva Shambho Shankara.
Shiva Shambho Shankara.
Shivaraja Shankara.
Shivaraja Shankara.
Giriraja Shankara.
Giriraja Shankara.
Hindu Shekhara Raja Shivaraja Shankara.
Hindu Shekhara Raja Shivaraja Shankara.
Sarikita Dimitaka Nartana Sundar Raja Shankara.
Sarakita Takadhimi Nartana Sundar Raja Shankara.
Nataraja Shankara.
Nataraja Shankara.
Shivaraja Shankara.
Shivaraja Shankara.
Giriraja Shankara.
Giriraja Shankara.
Hindu Shekhara Raja Shivaraja Shankara.
Hindu Shekhara Raja Shivaraja Shankara.
Shivaraja Shankara.
Shivaraja Shankara.
Hara Hara Shiva Shiva Pinaka Vaibhava Shambho Shankara.
Hara Hara Shiva Shiva Pinaka Vaibhava Shambho Shankara.
Shiva Shambho Shankara.
Shiva Shambho Shankara.
Shivaraja Shankara.
Shivaraja Shankara.
Giriraja Shankara.
Giriraja Shankara.
Hindu Shekhara Raja Shivaraja Shankara.
Hindu Shekhara Raja Shivaraja Shankara.
Shivaraja Shankara.
Shivaraja Shankara.
Shivaraja Shankara.
Shivaraja Shankara.
Nataraja Shankara.
Nataraja
Har Mahadev. Make sure you are chanting the Har Har Mahadev. Keep the bhav, keep the vibration going. One more time together. Har Har Mahadev. Now I know anytime we talk about Bhagwan Shivaji Kirtan and we talk about the Damaru and the sound of the Damaru here at the Kendra, immediately the mind goes to Bolo, Dhim, 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 Dhimi Natana Shivai. So that was what just happened to us for the start of that Kirtan. We love this Kirtan so much. And just as in that second verse it talks about Tarakit Takadhimi Nartana Sundar, the beautiful sounds of the Damaru. It continues, this mood continues into this Kirtan. So page 77, we are doing Kirtan number 7 and it follows into number 8, which is the second part. It will come up on screen also for you at home. And this celebrates the Shiva Tandava, the cosmic dance of creation. And it celebrates the sacred sound of the Damaru and praises these as the all-pervasive divine vibrations from which everything originates. Bhagwan Ganesha, Shanamukha and Gajamukha, Bhagwan Ganesha and Kartikeya, the darling sons of Bhagwan Shiva and Mata Parvati, are also being praised in this Kirtan. So you can follow. Bolo Dhim 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 Dhimi Natana Shiva. Mahadev. And one more kirtan before we share our thoughts and ideas this morning. We join with Shantaji. Very simple, very beautiful, very energetic. Also, this kirtan is well loved by a lot of the younger persons. Shambhu Shankara Namah Shivaya. You know what? They've named so many names of Bhagwan Shiva. This one, Shambhu and Shankara, praising him. So this word Shambhu, this name, Sham Sukham Bhavayiti Shambhu. What is Sukha? Huh? No, that is Dukha. All right, that is what you call a serious. Don't mistake Sukha for Dukha, please, okay? So a good learning point. So Sukha means what? Happiness, joy, yes. I wouldn't say who made that error, right? So Dukha means what? It's the opposite, sadness. So Sham Sukham Bhavayiti Shambhu, that one who blesses his devotees with happiness and prosperity is named Shambhu. And Shankara also, very similar. Shamkaroti iti Shankaraha, who brings auspiciousness. Sham means Mangalam, auspiciousness. So we join with Chantaji again, keep the bhav. Remember to do this as we continue to earnestly and lovingly pray for the vicious to be destroyed by the auspicious. We join Shantaji.
Shambho Shankar Namah Shivaya, Girija Shankar Namah Shivaya.
Shambho Shankar Namah Shivaya, Girija Shankar Namah Shivaya.
Shambho Shankar Namah Shivaya, Girija Shankar Namah Shivaya.
Shambho Shankar Namah Shivaya, Girija Shankar
felt like everybody should have been standing and just dancing for that kirtan. So energetic and beautiful. Maybe tomorrow night we can have some of that bhav and that energy. So all of this, of course, is to help to put us in a great mood for our worship tomorrow night, as well as to just continue praying for our world, for the well-being of everyone. So we keep a balance of half time for chanting, half for pravachan and sharing, and we've just managed that. Now last week I would have mentioned that Mahashivratri, like all our other special occasions or Hindu calendar occasions, they should serve us at all levels of experience, from our own personal sadhana to world welfare, lokahita, lok kalyan. So all the vrats, the preparation, the pujas, the traditions, all the things that we follow and we engage in and participate in, everything that we do, all our expressions of worship of Bhagwan Shiva tomorrow night, it must and it should empower us in some special way. After tomorrow night, we should be different, and that difference should be a difference for the better. So we are going to just continue sharing some of this, but just a quick recap of what we did last week, because it's always connected when we are having the sessions continuing like this. Remember, this is our third session on Bhagwan Shiva. So we looked at the Chiranjeevis. I've just picked out 2 points to make. Remember what Chiranjeevi means? Immortal. Those who have been blessed. Now take it in context, right? Because we are all what? By nature, immortal also. So Bhagwan has granted to 8 special, beautiful, dharmic, dedicated servants and persons in our Hindu world, that Chiranjeevihood, granted by Bhagwan. But we human beings, we have a very special power in that we can grant Chiranjeevihood to a Deva, that is Kamadeva, by keeping his what? Ananga, right? Non-body form going, and that form is through the expression of our 4-letter word, Prem. Yes, Prem, love. All right? So we shouldn't take this lightly. And we looked at some chaupais from the Ramcharitmanas where Bhagwan Shiva, Bhagwan Shankar himself teaches us about the expression of love, a special kind of love that we can engage as a saving grace. And that, of course, is love for Bhagwan. In Balkand, now see this, do you know when we read our Shastras sometimes, it is so mind-boggling how it can be so relevant to our world today. And this is the beauty of our Hindu civilization and our world. Everything, you always can find guidance. So across the earth, prevailing at that time, it was a time of the 3 Ds. Destruction, despair, and darkness. Because the most important D was missing. Can anyone guess what that D word? What, Vassal? You're real bright. You say it one time. Dharma. Dharma. Not Devana. Dharma was missing. So, whenever Dharma is missing, as it is now across the world, we see what? Darkness, despair, and destruction. That is prevailing on another D, that is Dharti Mata. And Dharti Mata continues throughout time to be overwhelmed again and again. And this happens when love for power suffocates the power of love. This is what happens. When there's the inability and the incapability to love. This is why Bhagwan Shiva reminded us, Hari Vyapak Sarvatra Samana Premate Pragata Hohi Mai Jana Desa Kala Disi Biri Se Humahi Kahu So Kaha jaha prabhu nahi. In that council of the devas where all were gathered to find a solution, Bhagwan Shankar himself was talking about what one can engage, do to help to defeat the Rakshasas. So when it was his turn to speak, he said, the Lord, Bhagwan, is present everywhere. Different in this place and different in another place. Samana, the same everywhere. But this experience, this connection to Bhagwan and consciousness, it is revealed and it is known only through our four-letter word, Prem, love. And he continues to say, tell me what place, time or realm is there where the Lord is not present. So Mahashivratri must lead us to the state of consciousness of God, that we can see and feel in and through all our experiences. So let's see in a general way what makes tomorrow night so very special. And I'm just sharing some information for you quickly. How many Shivratris do we have every year? 12, 13, sometimes, yes, so 12 months, okay, so 12. This is our last month in the Hindu calendar, the month of Phalgun. So this Shivratri that comes in this month is called Mahashivratri, and Shivratri always occurs on the 14th day of every lunar month, so just before the new moon. Now on this night, this is what is shared in our Shastras, what our Rishis have taught us and declared, that on the night of Mahashivratri, the earth is so positioned that there's a natural upsurge of energy that is very conducive for our sadhana, for our empowerment. That is why it's the night of and the time of so many vrats, pujas, meditation, chanting, worship, jagaran, waking up through the night to experience and to absorb that energy, and of course touching the lingam. Because Bhagwan Shankar himself has said, in every lingam, especially on the night of Mahashivratri, I am absolutely present. So, when you see this, our Leelas, you know, the cosmic drama and the play of divinity that has been going on forever. I actually enjoy how some of our devas teach us through them, because when you read these kathas, you say, but they are just like human beings. They behave just like human beings. And of course, it's Leela and it's addressing our issues and our experiences. So, at the time of creation, there are different versions, of course, of these kathas that we hear. A debate was going on between Bhagwan Vishnu, the creator, Bhagwan Vishnu, the sustainer, the supporter, and Brahmaji, Lord Brahma, the creator, about who is supreme. Isn't that the debate going on in the world right now? Who is supreme? So it was going on for a while, right? And continue stubborn, right, Shah? So Bhagwan Shankar, Bhagwan Shiva was asked to intervene, right? And he was very aware that he knew that all three energies, okay, the creative energies, the sustaining energies, and the transforming energies, they are necessary for what? Balance and harmony and stability of the world. So he appeared as a beautiful, mighty, powerful column of light. I'm sure you would have heard this, and it appeared before them. And Bhagwan Vishnu and Brahmaji, Lord Brahma, were asked to find the end. So Bhagwan Vishnu went below and Brahmaji went above, or different versions are told, but the issue is that the end could not be found. The end of this column of light could not be found. Now Bhagwan Vishnu realized that Bhagwan Shankar, Viraji, was actually trying to teach them a lesson for their folly. And he came and he said he couldn't find the end. Brahmaji, however, through some little trickery, he said he came and he reported, right, Ishji, he had found the end. And he also engaged and convinced in the Kathas, but the Ketaki Phool, beautiful flower, to endorse his lie. World drama going on here in this Katha. Endorsement of all the lies. Look how these young people, see, this is why our Kathas, when you read our Shastras, everything is relevant and instructive about what is going on. So the same thing, who is endorsing whose lie? Right now, see? So, falsehood will always be punished. We may not experience it in our time, whatever. We have questions about it. So falsehood will always be promised, and I won't get into detail. This is why, do you know of any mandir where Brahmaji is the Pradhana Devta? Any mandir? Any Brahma mandir that you know? The one, made famous one in Pushkar in Rajasthan, and we went there, and the journey even to get there, you feel to turn around and go back, going almost to the desert. And also that flower, Ketaki Phool, will not be used in any puja. So Mahashivratri reminds us to be truthful, because it is called actually the great night of truth. And as declared, as I said, by Bhagwan Shiva himself, every lingam on the night of Mahashivratri represents or is an embodiment of this column of powerful, unending light. Now, Jagaran, as I mentioned, is very symbolic. What does Jagaran mean? To be awake. To be awake. Keeping the vigil all night. Because Mahashivratri, it is one of the darkest of nights also. And Bhagwan Shiva represents consciousness. The light which is our very nature. The light that is prem, that is love. The light that is everything beautiful and auspicious. So this light, it is often obscured by the different manifestations of darkness, which we must transcend. And where does the darkness exist most? Outside, in the night. Look within ourselves. We have spoken about this before. Hate is dark. Greed is dark. Anger is dark. Envy is dark. Selfishness is dark. Falsehood is dark. You can make an unending list of all of these forms of darkness. So it's a state of being. Darkness is a state of being, a mental condition from which we must lift ourselves. This is why the battle continuously rages on with Rakshasas. You think, right here, all of you, and those of you viewing virtually, right? What does Rakshas mean? Actually, Brahmaji himself, when he was being attacked, he said, Rakshama. He cried out, Rakshama. Protect me, save me. Okay? So Rakshasas are those who make others cry, who cause distress to others. Alright? Think of how many Rakshasas you know. See our whole range of Shastras, Mahabharata, Ramayana, all the Puranas, Ramcharitmanas, Shiv Puran. How many Rakshasas can you count? Rakshasas are always there. The one we know well is often Ravan, Kansa, Hiranyakashipu, with the Divine Mother, main Rakshasa. Those Mahishasura, so many of them, Banasur, Bakasur, Narakasur. We looked at Tarakasur and Tripurasur. So this morning I want to tell you about Bhasmasur. Okay, we'll spend a few minutes just to see this. And this is also a well-known Katha. So Bhasmasur, see how, the point from where we start, where all of them start, they have done penance, tapas. They have been engaged in a life where they are pursuing a certain type of energy and living, but through blessings that they received, what? They all lost their way. Everyone loses their way because of the the darkness, the vices, the distractions and attractions of the world. So Bhasmasura is no different, very ardent devotee of Bhagwan Shiva. And he had done great tapas to obtain a boon. What was the boon when he was said by Bhagwan Shiva? Because every tapas has to be rewarded. This is why we engage in vrats and so on. He asked what? That anyone whose head he touches with his hand, they should burn up. They should be destroyed and immediately turn to ashes. I think he got motivation from the Kamadev Katha, because he wanted that energy, that power of Bhagwan Shiva's third eye in his very own hands. Power, that craving and that urge for power in one's own hands. How is it different from our world right now? So having received this unique blessing from Bhagwan, he wanted to destroy the very one who gave the blessing. Like how they say, you're biting the hand that has fed you. In our word namakaram, different kind of namakaram going on here. Very ungrateful, So Bhagwan Shiva, Katha is going on, Leela is unfolding, goes to Bhagwan Vishnu to narrate this and goes for help. And Bhagwan Vishnu took the beautiful form of Mohini. Mohini, very enchanting, beautiful lady. And Mohini appeared before Bhasmasura. Actually, we saw this Kathakali version of this Katha, so very beautiful. So Bhasmasura, and when he saw her, he was instantly smitten and wanted to marry right away. No agua, no chekai, nothing like this. And she agreed, but on one condition. She said, I am very fond of dancing. I love to dance, and I will marry you only if you can follow all my dance moves. Right? So, what? Yeah, we can connect up. We can have an alliance if you follow the moves that I make and you support what I am doing. How is that different from what's going on in our world? You see these kathas. So Bhasmasura taught nothing of this. I will follow. No issues at all. This is very easy. And he agreed to this condition. Be conscious. When you are purchasing something, I get caught plenty times like that. They have a sale, make sure you read the fine print. What are the conditions to qualify? Be always conscious of this. What are the conditions that you give in to? So dance starts. I should have one of these dancers dancing here to show us. So she was doing all Mohini, beautiful dancing, and he's following. Because don't think that these Rakshasas were not skilled in arts, See, Ravan, he has written the Shiv Tandava. That in classical forms of dance, up till now, it is one of the main stotras used for dancing, written and created by Ravan himself, great musician. So Bhasmasura, dancing. Be careful what you are dancing to. This is not about dance. It's about what is state of being. So eventually, Mohini struck a pose. And what was that pose? Right, Pravesh? When Bhasmasura, what power does he have in his hand? Yes. Anyone that he touches on the head, instantly, Bhasmasura, what? Reduced to ashes. Self-destruction. Many of us, we are on the path of self-destruction and not aware and conscious of it. This is one of the reasons. You see in Mahashivratri, ash is so important. We say Bhagwan, yes, we'll see it just now. So one of the reasons why also ash is smeared on his body, it represents what? That destruction of Bhasmasura. When we abuse our blessings, our power, our destruction is imminent. So Bhasmasura, what? He lost focus. He had mindfulness of his own actions. It was gone. And he had to face the consequences. What is this called in our tradition? The law of what? Karma. Vasal, you're well bright today, Vasal. The law of karma. So Rakshasness, it's that very state of being in darkness, mindlessness. This is why there's so much of emphasis on light in our Hindu world. That we are talking about it all the time. Every day is supposed to begin with what? Worshipping the light, Surya Bhagwan. And it ends even with what? In our tradition here, lighting the diya. So we are reminded through these kathas, 2 words. Live consciously. What are those 2 words? Live consciously. Mahashivratri is about living consciously. See, we are spending the night. Well, this year so many adjustments. The last couple years, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Wake up. You're jupain. 3 o'clock, Prachaar. The hours come 4 o'clock. Wake up. And we're watching to see who watching us doing. No, nobody must see us sleeping. What? Jupain. Falling. But we what? We wake up. Because that being conscious, that awareness, let us wake ourselves up to a higher consciousness so that we can live consciously. What must we do? Live consciously. 2 words. Our time is almost up, huh? 2 words. Shava. Shava and Shiva. Shava and Shiva. Yes, the yogi is here. Krishna ji reminded me, Gita ji, your best asana in yoga, Shavasana. Veda ji, many of us, many yogis, Pravesh ji, aspiring yogis, our favorite, while the yoga class is going on, when the teacher says, okay, Shavasana, we go, the corpse. Shava is the opposite of Shiva. Shava is death. That which is, it's lifeless. Shiva is tattva. It's the essence of who we are, awareness. And all of us, jivas, we are jivas. We identify more with Shava than with Shiva. This is our error. We identify more with what? Shava. With that which is mortal rather than that which is Shiva, immortal. It is said Shivaha Mangala Swarupa. The one who is very nature and form is auspiciousness. That is who I am. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Sing. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Tomorrow we'll chant this, reminding ourselves that I am not mortal, I am immortal. So the ash from Bhasmasur, the ash from this smashan is Bhagwan Shiva's what? Ornament, adorns his body, because it's not about death or the mortal. Bhagwan Shiva is about change, transformation, and that which is immortal. There is something, that energy, that is the witness of all our modifications and transitions from birth to death and death to birth. And when is this change not taking place? When is death not happening? See, by the time I ask you this question, the moment has changed. In 1 second, millisecond, whatever, I don't know how you can take it apart. We were talking one day and the Olympics was going on, and I was talking and they said, in 10 seconds, Usain Bolt has changed the world, because of his speed so fast. There's no moment when what? Change is not taking place. Someone is being born, someone is dying. It's the cycle of transformation and change. So we have to understand and appreciate all of this, reflect on it, contemplate on it, think of it, and the night of Mahashivratri is a great time to do this. So we are reminded through all that we have shared here, what are our 2 words? Live consciously. Make every moment count. So we are going to make a few moments count right now with the chanting of our stotram for this morning. And this was composed by a well-known Shiva Bhakta, actually Vedic scholar who has many compositions, over 100 great works to his name, Shri Appaya Dikshitar. And I took a while to learn his name, and he was born actually near to one of the ashrams we used to study at Tiruvannamalai in Tamil Nadu. And there's a famous mandir, the Margabandheshwarar Mandir, in a place called Vellore in Tamil Nadu also, not far from where we used to stay. He was born in Tiruvannamalai and would frequent that place, Vellore, and he was very popular with the kings of the time. And where that mandir stands, he used to do a lot of tapas in that place. So this divine hymn of Shri Appaya, it is composed for all those who are going on pilgrimage. Okay, did you all get this? Pull up a photo of the mandir? Yes, the technicians are shaking their head. So you get beautiful mandirs in South India, magnificent. So this Marga Bandhu Stotram, Marg means the path, the road ahead. Bandhu means what? Friend. So the stotra was composed to take a special friend with us, to take a special companion with us as we journey, especially for pilgrimage. Is there anyone here, any of present here, any of you at home who is not on a pilgrimage right now? You're not on a journey? We all on the journey of our lives is the journey itself. Huh? So we are asking Bhagwan in this for friendship, for companionship, for protection. And again, I ask you while we chant, this is without music, very beautiful. We chant in praise of Bhagwan Shiva, remembering everyone across our world, praying for all those who are oppressed, so helpless. Oh Bhagwan, change things. Help us. Help this world. Let us all praise the one who is Margabandhu, our dear friend. Following the text. Shambho Mahadeva Deva, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva, Devesha Shambho, Shambho Mahadeva Deva, Phalavanam Ratkiritam, Phalanitrarchisha, Dagdha Pancheshu Kitam, Shulahatarati Kutam, Shuddhamardhendu Shuram, Bhaje Marga Bandhum, Shambho Mahadeva Deva, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva, Devesha Shambho, Shambho Mahadeva Deva, Ange Virajad Bhujangam, Abhraganga Taranga Bhiramo Tamangam, Omkaravati Kurangam, Siddhasam Sevitangri, Bhaje Marga Bandhum, Shambho Mahadeva Deva, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva, Devesha Shambho, Shambho Mahadeva Deva, Nityam Chirananda Rupam, Nihnutasesha Lokesha Vairi Pratapam, Kartasvaragendra Chapam, Krittivasam Bhaje Divya सन्मार्गबन्धुं शम्भो महादेव देव शिव शम्भो महादेव देवेश शम्भो शम्भो महादेव देव कन्दर्पदर्पघ्नमीशं कालकण्ठं महेशं महाव्योमकेशं कुन्दाभदन्तं सुरेशं कोटिसूर्यप्रकाशं भजे मार्गबन्धुं शम्भो महादेव देव शिव शम्भो महादेव देवेश शम्भो शम्भो महादेव देव मन्दारभूतेरुदारं मन्थरागेन्द्रसारं महागौर्यदूरं सिन्धूरदूरप्रचारं सिन्धुराजातिधीरं भजे मार्गबन्धुं शम्भो महादेव देव शिव शम्भो महादेव देवेश शम्भो शम्भो महादेव देव अप्पय्ययज्वेन्द्रगीतं स्तोत्रराजं पठेद्यस्तु भक्त्या प्रयाणे तस्यार्थसिद्धिं प्रदत्ते मार्गमध्ये भयं चाशुतोषो महेशः शम्भो महादेव शिव शम्भो महादेव शम्भो महादेव देव शिव शम्भो महादेव देवेश शम्भो शम्भो महादेव देव शिव शम्भो महादेव देव शिव शम्भो महादेव देव बोलिए उमापति महादेव की जय हर हर Before we stand for Aarti, I want to ask everyone to join in the chanting of one Mahamrityunjaya mantra. We were asked to offer mantra this morning to pray for the departed Jawaharlal Devsaran, who passed on yesterday. He really served our dharma in many unique ways, and many of us will remember him for always bringing Anup Jalota to sing at his yagyas. We remember that Atman this morning, and we pray Sadgati, Atma Shanti. Together one time. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukameva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshema Amritat. Om Tat Sat Preta Atma Shanti Harihi Om. Please stand for the Aarti. O Har Har Mahadeva Gange. for everyone and everything.
Om Durjano Sajano Bhuyat Sajana Shanti Mapnuyat Shanto Mucheta Bandhebhyo Muktaschanyan Vimochayet Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahisha Gobrahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu cha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Yav Shantir Antarikshagum Shanti Prithvi Shantir Apaha Shantir Aushadaya Shantir Vanaspataya Shantir Vishvedeva Shantir Brahma Shanti Sarvagum Shanti Shantireva Shanti Sama Shantiredhi Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. We join in Jag Pranam before the Jaikar. सिया राम मैं सब जग जानी करऊं प्रणाम जो निज पानी सिया राम मैं सब जग जानी करऊं प्रणाम जो निज पानी. जय श्री राम. बोलिए गजानन स्वामी की, उमापति महादेव की, जगदम्बे माता की, श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की, पवन सुत हनुमान की, सियापति रामचंद्र की, गोस्वामी तुलसीदास की, ट्रिनिडाद और टोबैगो देश की. बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय. जय जय सीताराम. हर हर Mahadev. Please take your seats, everyone here. Not sure if you were standing at home. Just a couple quick announcements. So we've managed our time well. We try to keep between an hour and 15 minutes of satsang. So tomorrow for Mahashivratri, we will begin here at 8 o'clock with 1 hour before we start our Prachaar offering here at 9 o'clock. So we'll have 1 hour of very vibrant, beautiful, powerful chanting, all the stotras and kirtans, as much as we can do during that time. And from 9 o'clock, once we do that Prachaar offering, we will start charhawing, because we know some persons want to do their offerings and they still have work and school and so on. And we are trying to ensure that we are as safe as possible here. So you do have the option, once you have finished, you can sit and spend some time, or you may wish to leave. Totally up to you. Important is that you engage yourselves and you do the worship and you try to experience some of what we have shared this morning. So I want to just let all of you know, those who are coming here, actually, this side on my right hand side, the southern side will be our main entrance for tomorrow, because the hand washing facility and so on, it's outside there. For Mahashivratri, there's a lot of milk, we need access to water and preparing and so on. So the tables will be lined on this side. So you can bring everything and keep it there, because once you come inside, you should try to sit and just join in the chanting until it's time for you to come and charhawe. You can go and get your things, because we limit sound and talking in here, because everything echoes. So minimum movement. In any event, it's a night, and when you are doing worship, talk only if it is necessary. Keep the bhav, keep the mood. So from next week, we will start to look at Bhagwan Holi is coming up. Can celebrate again in grand ways this year, and also Shri Ram Navami, Hanuman Jayanti, and Navratri. Many things will be happening one after the next. So we'll continue our sharing on Sunday mornings. We wish you all a very blessed, beautiful, productive week. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you all tomorrow night, virtually or in person. Namaskar.